4th of July DIY Cricut projects. Wreath. Step 1. First load the design you want to use into Cricut Design Space. Step 2. Go to Shapes and select a square. Step 3. Resize the square to the size of the blank you're using from the toolbar. Step 4. Resize the design and position it inside the template you just created. Step 5. Go to the Layers panel and hide the template. Step 6. When the design is ready, click Make It. Step 7. Place the material on the mat and smooth it down. Step 8. Set the base material to Premium Vinyl Permanent Glossy. Step 9. Load the mat into the machine and start cutting. Step 10. While it's cutting, grab the other material you're going to use and place it on the mat. Step 11. Once it's done cutting, unload the mat, load the other material in and start cutting. Step 12. While it's cutting, screw 2 holes on either side of the wooden blank. Step 13. Then paint the wooden blank in a dark shade and seal it. Step 14. Weed out the designs you've already cut. Step 15. Once the design is done cutting, unload the mat, peel off the material and trim off the excess material. Step 16. Weed out the design. Step 17. Repeat the same steps until all the designs are cut and weeded. Step 18. Now go ahead and layer the vinyl onto the blank using transfer tape. Step 19. Grab the wreath frame and wrap it with tinsel garland. Step 20. Make sure to tie up the ends onto the frame. Step 21. Once done, place the wreath face down and insert the zip tie inside the holes in the blank. Step 22. Insert the zip tie through the garland, wrap it around the wreath form and zip it down. Step 23. Zip down the other side of the board with the wreath. Step 24. Trim off the excess zip ties and fluff up the garlands. Step 25. Once done, hang it up. Yard sign. Step 1. First, create a design or upload a design to use in Cricut Design Space. Step 2. Grab the blank and measure it. Step 3. Go to Shapes and select a square. Step 4. Go to the top toolbar, unlock the shape and resize it using the W and H input box. Step 5. With the template selected, click the Color Box button in the Operations section and change the color to the color of the blank. Step 6. Right-click the template and select Send to Back. Step 7. Drag and position the design inside the template. Step 8. With the design selected, click Offset, set the distance and click Apply. Step 9. Select the offset layer, click the color box in the Operations section and change the color. Step 10. Drag the template aside, select the design and the offset layer and resize it, then place it inside the template. Step 11. Go to the Layers panel and hide the template. Step 12. Once done, click Make It, then click Continue. Step 13. Place the vinyl onto the cutting mat and smooth it down. Step 14. To select material, go to the Popular tab and select Premium Vinyl Permanent Glossy. Step 15. Set the pressure to more. Step 16. Load the mat into the machine and start cutting. Step 17. While it's cutting, place the other material you're going to use onto the mat. Step 18. Once it's done cutting, unload the mat and load in the other mat. Step 19. Go back to Design Space, select Vinyl as the base material. Step 20. Load the mat into the machine and start cutting. Step 21. While it's cutting, grab the first design you've cut, trim off the excess material and weed out the design. Step 22. Unload the second mat and repeat the same steps to cut the remaining materials. Step 23. While it's cutting, peel off the material from the mat, trim off the excess material and weed out the design. Step 24. Once all the designs are cut, weed out the rest of the design. Step 25. Grab a transfer tape and the first layer of the design. Step 26. Place the transfer tape onto the design, smooth it down and peel off the backing sheet. Step 27. Grab a piece of parchment paper to use as a barrier, then line up the parchment paper and the design onto the blank. Step 28. Grab the squeegee tool and burnish down the top portion, remove the parchment paper and lay down the transfer tape with the design. Step 29. Peel off the transfer tape. Step 30. Go ahead and transfer the rest of the design following the same steps. Step 31. Once you've transferred the design, flip the platter and grab the stick. Step 32. Apply hot glue onto the stick and assemble the design. Hat. Step 1. Load the design you want to use into Cricut Design Space. Step 2. With the design selected, click Offset, set a small distance and click Apply. Step 3. With the offset layer selected, click the color box in the Operations section and change the color. Step 4. Select one of the design layers, hold down the Shift key and select the offset layer, then click Slice. Step 5. Select the design layer you just sliced and set it aside. Step 6. Select the other design layer and drag it towards the top layer. Step 7. Select the design layer, hold down the Shift key, select the offset layer, then click Slice. Step 8. Drag the layers apart and delete the sliced result you do not need. Step 9. Go back to Shapes and select a square. Step 10. Resize the square from the toolbar to the size you need for the design. Step 11. Select all the layers of the design and size them down. Step 12. Right-click the shape you created and select Send to Back. Step 13. Select all the layers and place them on top of the template, then resize them. Step 14. Once you've resized the design, hide the template and click Make It. Step 15. Turn on Mirror in all the mats and click Continue. Step 16. Click Browse All Materials, then search and select the material you're going to use and click Done. Step 17. Place the material on the mat, load it in and start cutting. Step 18. While it's cutting, place the other material on the mat and set it aside. Step 19. Grab the hat press and set the settings. Step 20. Once everything is cut, weed out the design. Step 21. Grab the hat and place it on the hat form. Step 22. Cover it with a Teflon sheet and preheat it for a few seconds. Step 23. Place the first layer of the design on the hat, cover it with a Teflon sheet and press for about 7 to 8 seconds. Step 24. Remove the Teflon sheet and peel off the carrier sheet. Step 25. Go ahead and layer the rest of the design following the same steps. Step 26. Once you've layered all the design, cover the design with a Teflon sheet and press it for about 15 to 20 seconds. For more such help and information, visit us at www.manimaker.com or call us at +1 786 866 5932 +44 020 3983 0480